Good evening, welcome to the vlog. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, like, and love my channel.
It's not a vlog, it's a storytime video. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel for this storytime video. I was just going to say I'm so happy to have my husband back, Steven, for another storytime video, but after all of that sarcasm, I guess I won't intro it that way.
No, I'm happy to be back.
It is late, so I give him props. What time is it? 10:21. I think it was like 10:20 last time too. You were like, I'm so tired.
I didn't say that, and I don't talk like that. Thank you very much.
But you don't go to bed at 10:20 either.
But I get tired, dude. Brody wears me out at night now.
Well, I'm with him all day.
Okay, I was at the office.
Anyway.
And at the gym.
The kids are asleep, obviously, and so we are doing a little storytime video. It may be obvious by the title, but we are going to tell you guys the story of how Steven proposed. If you missed the last storytime video about how we met, I am going to link that in the cards and in the description so that can be part one to this whole story, and you can figure out, yeah, how we met, and now this will be how we proposed. I've also posted our wedding video, so you can check that out also. And yeah, so we dated for 3 years.
Yep.
Before you proposed, to the day. So you proposed on our 3-year anniversary, which was July 6th.
Yep. And I was supposed to come pick you up and we were gonna go like shopping and go out to eat and stuff. And I told you I was running late, which is normal.
Okay, no. Okay, so basically what he told me,
I said I got deodorant on my
I'm sorry
shirt.
that he's so tired. Okay, so he was supposed to pick me up at 10 a.m. That day. And wait, let me just say, backing up a little bit, we had been talking about getting married for a little while. We hadn't, like, we knew that we wanted to get married. We knew that we wanted a short engagement, but I didn't know exactly when. So I knew that you were gonna do something for me on our 3-year anniversary, but I didn't necessarily think that he was gonna propose.
You definitely did not think
No, I didn't like, no.
You didn't even think I had a ring at that point.
Oh, no, of course not.
Right.
But so basically he had told me, okay, for our anniversary, I'm gonna pick you up at 10 a.m. and we're gonna go to North Park, which it's one of my favorite malls. He loves that mall too. We would always go there like on my birthday or whatever, and we would spend the day just kind of shopping and having lunch in Dallas and all that fun stuff. So he said, I'll pick you up at 10 and we're gonna go out for the day. And so I was super excited, but I told him, I said, please don't be late. Now you have to understand, like, I'm a super punctual person, and
I'm a fun person.
Being really on time is not Steven's strong suit, so time management.
I'm like the 5 to 10 minute late guy. Not like 30 minutes late.
Okay, well, anyway, so he is kind of always late, and I'm always like right on time. So I was like, please don't be late. I tell him this the night before, please be on time. Like, I want to have a fun day, all that kind of stuff. So at basically like 10:01, you're not there. And I'm like, I think I called you or something, like, hello, I'm ready, you know? And you're like, sorry, I got deodorant on my shirt, blah, blah, blah. What'd you say? Like, I have to change my shirt. Yeah. And I'm like, just get a like wet washcloth and wipe it off. And you're like, no, like something, and I don't have another shirt ironed, so I've got an iron shirt, like all these excuses. And so I'm just like getting ticked off because he is like now going to be actually like 30 minutes late.
I actually forgot about this. I sent my brother to come get you.
Yeah, no, you did. So I was gonna tell that. I didn't forget that at all.
Well, I knew that you got like delivered to me, but I had kind of forgotten
how it happened. Yeah, so you were like, but I don't know why you ended up telling me that. You were like,
I said,
you were like, it's gonna be so late. Like, I guess you're like, I'm gonna send my brother.
He would remember. Maybe I said, you know, he's
like,
over by your house anyways, and so he's just gonna grab you and bring you over to my parents' house.
And I think you were like, since I have to iron a shirt and all this, it'll just be quicker.
And you were like, no, and I said, yeah, it's already like.
You're like, he's already coming to get you, and I'm like, no, like he doesn't need to pick me up. And you're like, it's already happening, and I'm like, so I was like really annoyed. So his brother Austin comes to pick me up, and I jump in his truck and we start driving to his parents' house where Steven lived at the time. So we're driving, and I noticed that he like goes a different way. And I said to him, I said, why didn't you turn there? Why are you going this way? And the whole
different like entrance into the neighborhood.
Right, which we never went that way. And also the whole drive, I was like venting to him about like how I was like annoyed with you and stuff. And so he's like, oh, so I said, well, why? I said, why are you going this way? And he goes, well, we'll go this way by the pond so you can see the ducks. And I'm like, okay, or, you know.
He's a big duck hunter.
But he's a big duck hunter, so I'm like, okay, like sometimes he's into like seeing animals. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like maybe he's just doing that. So then,
right there at the entrance in my parents' neighborhood, at that entrance, there's like a massive stone gazebo. I mean, it's
really nice.
20 feet tall, maybe. It's built out of stone, like it's beautiful. So
yeah. So when Austin turned into their neighborhood, and I see the pond, and I'm looking, and by that point I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe something is going on. So when we passed by the pond, I was looking and I didn't see Steven or anything. So then I thought, okay, I don't know. And he keeps going a little further, and then he like stops at the sidewalk. And there's this big long sidewalk that leads up to the gazebo. And he said, okay, you can get out here. And I said, what? And he's like, get out. And so then I like turn and look, and I see Steven waiting at the gazebo. And I just like looked at Austin, and I go, I'm scared. I remember saying that or something, because I was like, I knew what was happening. But then all of a sudden I thought, what if he's just like doing all of this for our anniversary? Like, what if he's not actually proposing? What if he's just like, I don't know, just surprising me for our anniversary? But
no,
whatever.
I don't think you really thought.
Well, I had that thought, but I didn't really think that. But so anyways, I get on the sidewalk, and I start walking, and he had a photographer there and stuff, which was cool. That was kind of one of the things. I never had this like grand, like, this is what my dream proposal is. Like, I never had that. The kind of main stipulations I had always said was like, I would love it if there's somebody there taking pictures so that we can remember it. And then I said, I would love it if you didn't do it at a restaurant. I just didn't really want to be at a restaurant with a bunch of strangers and stuff like that. It wasn't my, not my vibe. But other than that, I didn't really care. So we walked down. And
if you had given me like, I want X, Y, and Z, I wouldn't have done it. Like if you said, this is how I want to be proposed to.
Yeah, no.
Because that's like so unoriginal. Just
right, I think you should
do
your thing
definitely, I understand, like, I don't want this or I don't want that, so you don't,
Yeah.
It was good.
So anyway, the photographer was taking pictures and all that as I walked down the sidewalk, and then I got to the gazebo, and he had like, oh my gosh, how many roses did you buy? Was it like 14 dozen?
I think so, 14 or 15, yeah.
It was like of hot pink roses. I love pink roses. There was vases everywhere of pink roses. And just tons of rose petals all over the ground, like just covered. And it was so pretty and beautiful. And I loved that it was the morning time. It was really cool. And so Steven, I walked up there, and
the morning time was cool, and I planned it that way because, for one, I didn't want to have to try to keep it from you all day. And like me be anxious, and I just didn't want to deal with that. Yeah. But for two, we got to enjoy being engaged all day. Like, because then we did go.
Well, hang on.
Oh.
So when I got up there, he said some like nice things or whatever, and then you got down on one knee and you lifted your jeans and pulled the ring box out of your cowboy boot.
I've forgotten all of this.
Are you serious?
Well,
you just haven't thought about it.
Correct.
Yeah, so pulled the ring box out of his cowboy boot, and then asked
something my dad always taught me that I did. Unlike every movie, I asked her if she would marry me. She said yes. Then I opened the ring box, because Dad always said you want them to say yes to you, not
they see the
like
ring.
A big ring. Which you did get a nice ring.
I did. Yes, it's very pretty. I'll show you. Very pretty.
Oh, you
see if it'll focus. Focus. Yeah, so it's very pretty. It's a cushion cut diamond, and then lots of little diamonds too, and then I got the wedding band obviously when we got married. But yeah, so I said yes, we kissed, you gave me the ring, and we were super excited. And then you were like, okay, so now we are gonna go shopping, and you gave me like what, $250 to
Something like that.
Yeah, it was.
But I said we're going shopping because
we have a big engagement party tonight. So we had a little engagement party. You took me shopping. I got a dress. I got some shoes. I got some other fun stuff. Not for that night, just fun clothes and everything. And then went home. I got ready, and then you took me to dinner at Trulux before we went to the little party at his family's house, and we had steaks, and it was great. It was amazing.
It was fun. It was a good night.
So it was so fun. And then we were only engaged.
I have a bunch of pictures from that at somewhere, but
yeah, we were only engaged for 4 months before actually getting married. We got engaged in July, and then we looked at a date in October for our wedding. But it was just going to be way too quick. Like, basically, as soon as we got engaged, I was out of town for multiple weeks. My mom was out of town for multiple weeks, so I couldn't even start shopping for a dress until like a month after we were engaged. And it's just so hard to get a dress because normally it takes 3 or 4 months to even get it in. So we ended up scheduling our wedding for November 23rd, and so that was a 4-month engagement. So it was pretty quick, but it was not, it was a little stressful at times, but it wasn't bad. But I was glad.
All in all, it was really nice.
Yeah,
it was quick.
It was good to just kind of knock it out and have a short engagement. But
that's what I was looking for.
Oh yeah.
I had a cake made.
Oh yeah, it was cute. There you go. So, were you like nervous when you were gonna propose?
She told me, she's like, it's gonna be great. We're gonna film this video, story time video, talking about when we proposed and like how, like our feelings around the time, like
no,
how you
I
felt.
said how you felt.
What?
You're like, I'm not gonna talk about how I feel. How I felt. How did you feel that day? Were you nervous?
No, I was excited. Calm and cool and excited.
Okay, so explain the conversation.
I will say one of the things I definitely remember was that it was July and we live in Texas. Oh, it was hot that day. So I was like sitting in my truck. I had my truck hidden over there, like around the corner. And I was like sitting on it with the air blasting. And I think Austin must have texted me like as he was getting close or whatever so that I could jump out. Because I was just trying not to like break out into a full-blown sweat. It was hot though.
Oh my gosh.
I do remember that.
So explain you talking to my dad and stuff.
Well, I got the ring custom made, and so I knew it was going to be ready soon, but like one afternoon I was working and they were just like, hey, your ring's ready. They just called me. So I just ran up and grabbed it, and I just drove to your dad's house. I knew you were working. So you weren't home, and he worked from home at the time. I guess still does. But I just rang the doorbell, and he opened it, and he's like, hey. I just handed him the ring, and he was like, whoa. So. and then we had a conversation.
Which, if you watched the last video about how we met, you would know, like, he's known my dad his entire life and stuff too.
Yeah.
So, but there's something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, and so you had my ring custom made. You picked it all out, and you knew I liked cushion cut diamonds. Yeah. But then he picked it all out and designed it all himself. So
I love that ring. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you for sitting here and talking to a camera.
You're welcome.
Explaining the story at 10:30 at night.
Is that basically everything you wanted them to know?
I think that was it.
It was a great day. It was a fun day. Super exciting.
Awesome.
I do recommend, if there's someone out there that has not proposed yet, to consider proposing in the morning, because very few people do, because then you can actually have like all day to enjoy that high, because there's definitely like a high and a great feeling, and instead of it happening at like 7 or 8 o'clock, like around dinner time.
And I feel like nobody does that. Like, I feel like pretty much everybody does it at night. And
I feel like 7, 8 o'clock is like pretty standard, and so then it's like
you go all day like being nervous.
Yeah, and then you have 4 or 5 hours to kind of celebrate and enjoy it, which is great, and then it's over. But if you kind of like if you do it in the morning, you have all day to like, it's just fun. So
I loved it that way.
I definitely recommend that. It was a great day.
Yes.
One of the best days of my life.
Yeah. that is everything. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments.
Subscribe.
Yes. Let me know in the comments. Maybe a little short version of how your husband proposed or whatever. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. Subscribe. And well, maybe not him. He's not in all my videos. I will see you in the next one. Bye.